I want to update you on our priorities for the next 5 years. I would like to update you on what our priorities are for the next 5 years. These are just some of my top 10. I have not got my glasses on one moment while I put them on. So, I would like to update you on our priorities for the next 5 years. I want to update you on the latest steps we are taking to beat the far right, and on the latest steps we are taking to impose our priorities. Hello there. These are our priorities. For the next 5 years. I will just get my PC ready so that we are able to take a little look at what our priorities are. Hello as well. Yeah, so I'll just grab my PC so that we're able to take a quick look. One moment. So, just some of our priorities, really. That's what I want to talk about. And on the latest steps we are taking to meet our priorities. I have a meeting with an MP in a couple of weeks. Terry Jeremy, my local one. My plan is to discuss on this particular live some of our priorities for the next 5 years. Our priorities for the next 5 years are: number 1, prosecute ableists. Number 2, establish a private police force to assist us in our objectives. Number 3, strengthen connections with industry. Number 4, keep our promises. Promises made, promises kept. Promises made, promises kept. Promises made, promises kept. Promises made, promises kept. Number 4, prosecute ableists and keep our... What do you think of these priorities so far, by the way? All of you. I'm just going to go in and take a little look on my computer what our priorities are. Is that okay? I'm just going to take a little look on my computer so that I can see great priorities. I would say so as well. They're incredible priorities, but the issue is I can't achieve them by myself. We need assistance to be able to achieve our priorities for this year. I need assistance to be able to achieve my top 5 priorities for the next 5 years. And the help I need is really don't come in. The help I need, that's funny, is lobbying assistance. Oh, hello, you're a guest. Do you want to join as a guest? Okay, so the help I really need is that of, essentially, it is that the help I need is essentially promotional help, first of all. Second of all, one of the other priorities is the current statistics for autism and unemployment is something like 86%, something like that. So my thoughts are, I would like to essentially work together on this. I would like to work together with our MPs. I would like to work together with Westminster. I would like to keep our partnerships going. I'll promote your work to my friends and family. Oh, thank you very much, actually. It's because the brilliant work that Mrs. Castlong started, I would say she never got a seat at the table in her own week. During Diversity Celebration Week, she just never got a seat at the table. She says it herself. This is not some complete and utter total secret or anything. This is just what she herself says. Essentially. They're our priorities for next year. I'll actually redo some of our others quickly. One moment. I thought I would do this live because a live statement, there's something... I do not represent a constituency. The constituency Terry Jeremy represents is South West Norfolk. I do not represent a constituency at the moment. That's an answer to you, Billy, is I do not represent a constituency. I am not a member of a constituency. I'm not an MP. I'm not a member of MP staff. I am, however, having a meeting with an MP. And my thoughts are, they're just some of my priorities. And they're what I hope to achieve with this meeting. I hope to achieve, and I hope that we are sitting here this time next year I hope we are sitting here. Why not share this? I hope we are sitting here this time next year with our priorities working. I hope we are sitting here this time next year with our priorities implemented. I hope we are sitting here this time next year with an implementation, or at the very least a deadline for implementation for these priorities. Another priority of mine is speedier diagnosis of neurodivergent conditions. They are another one of my priorities. Is speedier diagnosis. So at the moment, here's the obviously if there's any guests who are watching who work doing diagnosing for autism, you might be better to tell me. But do you wish to join a party? Or I am not an MP. I am not a politician. I'm an activist, but I'm not a politician. I'm an activist, but I am not a politician. So I'm an activist. I'm an activist more than I'm a politician. But do I wish to join a party? No. My priorities are personal priorities. I think I can much more easily achieve it by lobbying for them myself, and I can much more easily keep my independence and keep a certain level of control by lobbying for my priorities myself, rather than relying on basically and essentially working alongside parties would what? So have I what? So I've am I an activist and a politician go hand in hand? Yes, they do. In certain situations, they do. They do go hand in hand in certain situations. But with a series of priorities like that, they do go hand in hand in certain situations. An activist and a politician, you would be correct, but you, I do mean you here. My plan is that I will work with MPs and emergency planning authorities, those being Category 1 and Category 2 responders, who we all are familiar with. We'll all be familiar with those, I'm pretty sure, from their responses to, is there a fundraiser we can donate to? I'm looking at setting one up at the minute. I am looking at setting up a CIC, Community Interest Company. I am looking at setting up a CIC, a Community Interest Company. But that'll be a longer term project, unfortunately. There's a lot of long term projects that are basically long term projects that are taking ages for me to do. None of this is quick. No. Awesome. I will. I will do a regular live stream when they're set up, so follow the channel is my advice to you. Is follow the channel. I will tell you more information when it is set up and when everything is done with Terry Jeremy, who is my local MP. So on Friday, I am due to have a meeting with... So what questions do you have for Terry Jeremy? Actually, generally, do you have any questions for an MP's secretary? Just if you've got any... I'm not an MP's secretary, but I will be answering them. They will be being answered eventually with a list of our priorities. Here are some of our priorities for this year. Awesome. I will donate. You know what? Thanks. Like, honestly, thank you. How's the driving going? Not as well as I would like. But yeah, fairly well. So that's how it's going. Anyway, my priorities. Firstly, personal priority here, I will be learning to drive. Secondly, my plan, I did, and I failed it by 2 points. So, yeah, it's the answer for you on that priority. But the other priorities, Vaughn's like, thank you for the 1,000 likes, actually. Thank you. And which of these priorities are the most important? In my view, it is priority 1. In a sense, because declaring it a major incident, this end crisis, it would basically increase. It would increase the responsiveness. It would increase, in a sense, a major incident legally. If there's any emergency planners watching, you are very welcome to ask to butt in on the stream, by the way. But those top 3 are so important. Those top three are so important. The one of working with politicians, I would say legislating about us without us does not work. Legislating about us without us does not work. And a new non-Home Office police force will ensure we always get a seat at the table. It will ensure that our voices are listened to, not the ones of some politician, not the ones of some psychologist, not the ones of... That would be number one. Say, again, a major incident is defined as any emergency which requires special arrangements to be made by one or more of the emergency services, the NHS or local authorities. So, then again, so my thoughts are, I would like to use major incident powers to essentially cause there to be a war cabinet. After all, there's a current crisis in the SEND education system. Are schools part of a local authority, yes or no? Yes or no? Oh, maybe. I do not know. 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 But yeah, so thank you for 1,400 likes. Thank you. Just noticed that. Most of them are, I think. Yeah, so number one would be over the SEND crisis or overwhelming hospitals. Well, we need to defeat it. Yeah, defeating the far right is a priority. But it's one of our priorities. But we need to essentially, before we defeat the far right, we need to first defeat the... If it makes sense, we need to stop the cause of the far right, not just stop the far right. Stopping the far right, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. The stopping the far right will not work alone. We need to be tough on the causes as well. We need to be tough on... We do. Defeat is a strong word. Defeating junk fees, again, work has been done towards that. Mark Harper, Secretary Harper, he appears to be completely agreeing with what I'm saying. Promises made, promises kept, promises made, promises kept. Anyway, so, our priorities for this year. My priorities! Working with MPs, emergency planning of... Junk fees are so annoying, they should be illegal. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. So yes, they're so annoying, it should be illegal. Well, they were due to be being made illegal at the start of this year. But guess what? They've not been. They seem to have gone a little bit AWOL on making them illegal. I don't know. Anyway, they're our priorities. They are our priorities. Are those three? Alongside some of the other priorities. Promises made, promises kept. Yeah. I hope we're able to say that. Come New Year, I hope we're able to say it's promises made, promises kept. I think I'm keeping my promise to the viewers. Promises I made all those years ago to the viewers, that I will continue to represent their views on this channel. I hope I am able to say that reasonably. Please let me know. Actually, let me know what you want to see from the channel this year. Defeat is a strong word. However, again, my views on Brexit. Don't get me started. They're my views, frankly. I think we should be back in a reformed EU. I think Britain would be much safer and better off in the EU than outside of it. I think in terms of immigration, we've not achieved anything. I think in terms of power, we have not achieved anything. In terms of everything, we've not achieved anything. We need to defeat the right wing first. In this country, we need to defeat the right wing first. However, what's Brexit achieved? We've gone from being a rule maker to being a rule taker. We have gone from being number 2 in the EU to essentially not being worth anything. We're not worth anything. As a country outside the EU, we are not worth anything. We are not worth anything. This founding of a new police force will hopefully improve the UK standing globally. It will hopefully improve my standing as well, giving us the power to prosecute ableists, giving us the power we need. Once we've set up this new voluntary fund, and continuing to work in partnership, hopefully with local chief constables, in order to achieve private prosecutions and keep change in our communities. Change does not come from the top down, it comes from the bottom up. Change does not come from the top down, it comes from the bottom up. End of story. Do you agree? Please message me if you agree. Like this video for more. Do you agree? Ah, that's good to hear. So another one of my promises is I will deliver on your promises to continue to fight for your rights. Essentially, we need to, I would say every right needs to be fought for. At the moment, there is no, I do want to say this, the autism lobby isn't very strong. It fights for people's rights and competes for public funding alongside schools and hospitals. It fights for people's rights and competes for funding right alongside schools and hospitals. I could go on for hours. I'm not going to, but I could. I'm also currently in the process of writing a new book. Hopefully that'll go on very well. A new voluntary fund to prosecute, yeah. A new volunteer-led service for advocacy, help and advice. That will be going very well. Please like if you want to do. Oh wow, 1,500 likes. That's a huge number of likes. Yeah, promises made, promises kept. Number 2. Creating a new community interest company in order to manage this. Again, that'll happen at some point. Establishing a new forum using the Blue Sky algorithm in order to continue promoting a message of celebration of disability, not a medical model. That needs to happen really badly. And maybe even working alongside this platform, maybe working alongside the other platforms. Establishing a new month for disabled members of the emergency services called something like, I don't know, Disabled Blue Lights Month, which is there to celebrate disabled members of the emergency services and move away from a message of disabled people want to stay at home. And move away from a message of, especially those with hidden disabilities, want to stay at home. And towards a message of, we want to make an active difference in our communities. We want to make an active difference, and those priorities will help us to do this. Working towards a new private, by private I mean non-home office, by the way. That's just a fairly important term. This is not just semantics at this point. So that none of work I do can ever be commercialised. We will instead be working alongside each other's forces. We will instead be working alongside each other. We will instead be working to fight for people's rights. A private partnership deals with commercial enterprise for funding. That might happen. That's very much as in the pipeline might be occurring this year. We will continue to work towards achieving this. Who is with me? Who is with me? Composing the new company in March. Well, hopefully we will. Hopefully we will. It will be an LTD, probably, as the form it will take. Again, your part, and the part that I am most excited about for you and for everyone else involved here. Believe in the power of individual people to change things. Yes, the individual's power can be influenced, if not dictated, by the group's power. But we can change things. We, the individual, can change things. I would say the first line of the US Constitution shows this with we the people. We the people. We the people. Consider assisting with the advocacy we do. Consider volunteering your time to help others, provide help and advice. Learn about your rights and responsibilities. Consider volunteering your time to help others and provide help and advice. Support our new month when it gets finally established. Believe in yourself and power of others to change things. Consider. Oh, hello, Michael Fox. Yep, you do. Anyway, so we were talking about the priorities for this year. Should I go read them? They're on the board by the side. So, your part is believe in the power of yourself and other people to change things. And the power of the individual to change things. Because remember, we are a collective. And the power of the collective can change things. The power of the collective can change things. We are a collective, and the power of the collective can change things. Consider pledging your help with this new month. Yes, consider it. Consider find out ways to assist with the logistics of this operation. Bye. Again, report ableist to me, and also to your local police force, whoever they might be. Bye. Together, we will beat ableism and the far right. Together, we will beat these people. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. You can win one battle, but you might not win the war. You can win one battle, but you might not win the war. Remember that. Against the far right especially. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And so, bye. Bye. Just, goodbye to bye Riley, first of all, I guess. I'm going to stop the stream now because I'm about to go into essentially I'm about to go into edit mode. So the call with the MP, before I go, the call with this MP will be posted on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe over there. It might be being posted on my YouTube channel. So yeah, bye. I've had a really popular live, I believe. Yeah. This is the end of the stream. Goodbye. Oh, yeah, neither can I. It will probably be audio only, and that's only if I can get consent. So it will be audio only if I can get consent from the MP. Now, I've not told him we are doing this. I've literally just the first indication he will get is if he's one of the viewers. It'll be his first indication he will get, unfortunately. Bye.